Hello everybody and welcome back to the finale of Final Fantasy. We finished with the stage and now we're about to get underway for the boss battle of this game. I've changed up a few things. Holy is going to be pretty much useless for this battle, so I've gone ahead and I put a clear stone in. And I've also switched out my belt. I put the Blessed Sash on, which will resist poison, whereas before I had the Winged Belt to make my focus attack range longer, which is going to be kind of useless for this battle. So, worked on poison resistance, obviously, but everything else is the same. And I think I'm ready to get started, so I'm going to hold my breath and let's get this thing done. Okay, so here we go. This is the Meteor Parasite. And the Meteor Parasite is responsible for all miasma in the world. You can see he's got like miasma just surrounding him and like gushing out of his body. So the first priority is to take care of the plants. I honestly just choose to stay on one side of the battlefield for this. There's going to be a tentacle on both sides, but you can honestly do this battle from one side and it's not that big of a deal. You do want to get rid of those enemies first though. Definitely your first priority. You can only attack him when he's got this, I guess, his tentacle coming out of his body. You can see here. And when that's not out, you can't attack him. You can see how much damage I'm doing though. Last time this battle took me about 25 minutes because of my lowered stats, but already I'm having a lot of an easier time with this. He can poison you obviously, so watch out for that. He can attack you obviously with like his tentacles. He'll reach out and attack you. If you get too close to this body, I'm pretty sure it kind of spouts poison too, or at least that's kind of what I found. And when his tentacle isn't out, all you can pretty much do is stall, honestly. Just work on defeating the tentacles on the sides of the stage to give yourself some more room, heal, eat something or whatever it is you want to do. Because you're basically waiting at that stage and there's nothing you can do. So you can see his attacks do quite a lot though when he kind of whips at me like that, which is kind of irritating. And he's fairly resistant to pretty much everything, so that's why I kind of recommended having a level 2 type spell, because if you can have a Blizzara or a Fire or something spell to get off on him, it's going to be a lot easier on you. He's like fully resistant to Holy though, so Holy's kind of out of it for this battle, which usually is the opposite. Usually every boss is weak to Holy, but not this guy. So that's another reason I recommended having every type of magic, is because if you weren't prepared for that and your physical attacks really weren't doing much, then you could at least resort to magic if you needed to. And that's why I wanted to work on my magical stat, because this guy has a few stages. This is just the first stage right here, is just up here attacking his kind of tentacle, and when you get his HP down far enough, he's going to enter stage 2. So this is just the beginning part of this battle. It's pretty easy. You can say that I just finished phase 1, I didn't take a lot of damage, I didn't die, anything like that, so. Alright, so stage 2. Looks very similar to stage 1, obviously, in terms of, I guess, the tentacles on the side. You're still going to have to deal with those. And you want to get rid of these guys as well, because what they will do is, this one will freeze you. I'm pretty sure this is a freezing one. And the one on the other side is going to electrocute you. So you'll be trying to attack the boss, and they're going to be freezing you and paralyzing you and things like that. In this stage, he's going to cast magic on you. You'll see a pink circle like that. You'll have about 2 seconds to get out of the way. And as you can see here, it almost looks like he's a little bit higher up in the air, so it's really hard for me to attack him, and so this is why I also recommended having magic is because I actually prefer to use magic for this, but I'm going to keep trying using physical attacks because it's actually working a lot better for me. But to be more accurate, I would definitely go with magic for this. The only problem with that is that casting time takes a lot more, but you can see I'm missing quite a bit. So it's up to you if you want to gamble, you know, or whatever it is you want to do. But basically all I was going to do now is just use magic on you. And he's not really going to attack you much physically with his, I guess, you know, he was doing it before, he was like whipping you with his tentacle. He doesn't do that much anymore. And now when his tentacle is inside his body, he's going to do this blue laser attack, which is very annoying. It will pretty much go out towards the entire screen, and it will do damage. However, you control this boss by just standing as close as you can to its body, and the laser's not going to hit you. Alternatively, you can stand as far away out as you can, and it won't hit you either. So I was kind of disappointed because the laser attack is really easy to avoid, but it does do damage, actually quite a bit of damage, but it does hit you, so do keep that in mind. I mean, there are ways to avoid it, but if you didn't know that, you might suffer quite a bit and not be aware of that fact. So that's it for the second stage. It's all he's going to do is just fire magic attacks at you, and then use that blue laser when his, I guess, I keep wanting to say tentacle, I don't know if that's the right word to use. I guess his body or his head, you know what I'm talking about. When that part isn't visible, that's what he's going to do. So if you need to heal, I would wait until that pink bubble comes up, move out of the way, and then cast your spell. Usually you have about 2 seconds to get out of the way, so move, get your spell ready, and by the time he casts it, you should have enough time to heal, which is kind of nice. They didn't make this impossible by making him like cast a spell on you, and then immediately after he casts another spell on you, and it gives you no time to do anything. So that was kind of nice of the game, and already this is going a lot easier for me. I really should have shown you guys. I think I deleted the video because I was really frustrated and pissed off because I spent twice as long doing this the other day. Of the actual boss battle I had the first time I was here, it was terrible compared to how it's going now. But as long as you're well prepared, this is actually quite easy. You can see I haven't died yet, and we're doing really well, and he has one more stage, so we're basically just going to beat up on him until he enters the third stage. You can see it. Actually, I'm quite surprised. It actually does quite a bit more than I thought it would. So you can see I'm just using even just a basic level of magic, and it's doing quite well. Of course, the more powerful spells are going to take longer to cast, but you'll probably get more out of it in terms of damage, so it's completely up to you. As you can see now, I'm not having as hard of a time hitting him, because the attacks, I guess, have more of like a range, kind of. So a lot easier to do with magic, like I said, and I don't really have any problem using magic. You can see there. Finished off the second stage with magic, no problem. And we are now entering the third stage. It's kind of funny how this boss kind of goes into like floors. The first stage is kind of like the first floor, second stage is kind of like the second floor, and then third stage is kind of like the third floor. But I guess this guy, the Meteor Parasite, is like the source of all miasma in the world. So I mean, this guy has to be absolutely humongous. Anyways, for this stage, of course, you're still gonna have the tentacles. Again, I just recommend sticking to one side for this boss battle. I personally like the left side, only because what you can do is I'll show you what I mean in a minute here once I get rid of this tentacle. It's a lot easier to kind of run up here out of the tentacle's reach and also out of the enemy's reach and heal yourself if you need it. And on the right side, I don't find that as much. So you can see he's going to shoot at you, which is by far the most annoying thing about this, because he's going to fire like bullets at you, and the bullets really hurt you if you get hit by like 2 or 3 of them in a row. But if you just like stand close to its body again, it's not going to cause you any damage, which is really nice. But if you're standing like right smack dab in the middle of the area, those bullets are going to hurt you. And also, if you're standing like up here on the corner of the screen, it's not going to hit you either. And again, it's pretty easy to get out of the way of that magic attack. that the boss is throwing at you. So I actually kind of find the third stage the easiest, as long as you know where you're going, kind of thing. Like if you stand right in the middle, just attacking him like this, you're gonna be vulnerable to both of those tentacles, the enemy's attack, and you're also going to be vulnerable to the gunshot. You can see here, maybe. Yeah, you can see I stood right in the middle, and I got all that attack. So that was just to show you guys an example of what not to do. I'm gonna put another Phoenix down on my command slot. First death. There. Go ahead and cure. And then just rinse and repeat. The tentacles will eventually respawn, but they're not too much to worry about for the time being. And again, it's probably easiest just to use magic for this boss. Or, we're fighting the same boss, but it's probably easiest just to use magic for this stage, because as you can see, I'm actually starting to miss a lot now, and it's just costing me a lot of time. So maybe I'll go ahead and I will go in with a spell. Cause some damage. You can see even there that missed. That's crazy. I don't know why it's doing that, but the stage takes me the longest though, because I keep constantly having to kill the tentacle. Other stages I could kind of ignore him, like in the second stage you notice I didn't really kill him off. I killed him off once and then kind of said screw it. You can see though I got pretty overwhelmed, but in this stage you do have to be quite careful. So I don't know if I'm gonna cut some of this battle out. I might, because this video is getting a little bit long and you've pretty much seen the gist of the battle. All I'm gonna do now is just work on taking up that last little bit of HP here, heal up, and just pretty much rinsing and repeating. One more should do it. Let's finish this off. Or not. Look at that HP bar. Now he's just trolling me. Alright. Final blow. There we go. Whew. Took me about 15 minutes or so, but that is it. That is the Meteor Parasite, gone and defeated. Hopefully the world will be rid of miasma now. Stop! Wow, okay, that is very unexpected. I don't know where we are or what we're going to do here, but you guys are going to have to find out in the next episode. So join me as we continue the finale of Final Fantasy: The Crystal Chronicles.